Liz Lenton, what a reception she's got from this crowd as well. 21 years old, world champion on the 50 freestyle, and there's Marshall. I wonder which Mel Marshall is going to swim here. Is it going to be the nervous one that doesn't quite get there, or is it going to be the one that broke that Commonwealth record? And right next to her, England in 5 in Marshall, England in 6 in Kate Richardson, currently seeded 9th, so if she can put a good one in here, she can make that final.
Again, the same with the nerves, you know, it's her first opportunity. Is she nervous, or does she think, well, what a great chance for me? It's about managing it, and I think that, well, you don't know who's going to turn up, as you say, with the Mel Marshall situation. Who turns up? The one that's nervous or the one that's really confident? And I think Liz Lenton there looked very confident.
So the final heat of this women's 200 metres freestyle. There is Lenton, the Commonwealth record holder, and there is Mel Marshall, the British record holder. Ongin 1, Beaudry 2 of Canada, Simard 3, Lenton 4, Marshall 5, Kate Richardson of England in 6, Vorster 7, and Kwa of Singapore in 8. And this, well, straight up, and as she likes to swim, she is the world champion 50 metres freestyle, but Adrian, she looks like she's in a 50 here.
She's very strong. When you look at her out of the water, the shape, you look at some of the shapes, big shoulders, sort of smaller waist, and she's a triangle, this girl. She's got big muscles. Very, I mean, obviously trained hard for it, but she's in great shape. Marshall there, just off the shoulder, turning, well, 0.1, Lenton just 0.1 down on world record split. You wouldn't expect a world record this time for her. She's got a lot of races, needs to conserve something. I think nearly 19 races, so she doesn't want to blow all the energy in the first heat.
Maybe a little bit of nerves there, because 0.1 off the world record pace is very fast, although it was set by Francisca van Amsik, who was particularly quick on the second half. This is the halfway turn, and Liz Lenton leading for Australia, Mel Marshall turning in second, and England's Kate Richardson about 4th there at the turn, and she needs to pick it up a little bit to get in this final. She's still got a shot though.
Yeah, good to see Marshall here hanging onto the shoulder. I wonder if Lenton's just eased off a little bit. As you said, quite excitable with this crowd in the first race. Maybe taking it out a little bit too hard in the first 50. Marshall pegging her back really nicely now, and Simard just above. Simard, the Canadian, huge experience, competed in Atlanta in lane 3. But Marshall now getting on the shoulder of Lenton, and I wonder whether Lenton thought, I need to save some energy here. But I'll tell you, it's not the thing to do. Go out fast, excite your home crowd, and then lose the race.
Well, 12-100 split, and I have to say, she doesn't look that strong. I mean, she's the world record holder on the 100 freestyle. I expect her to pick it up a little bit. This is not quite what I was expecting. And Marshall, well, again, not quite what I was expecting. Still expected to go to her feet a little bit more in this last 15, but, well, Marshall is going to make the final, as long as she sticks her head down in this last 15. Ooh. 2 minutes, 0.16, that's all right. Marshall second, 2 minutes, 0.5. Pretty slow, surprisingly slow. Kate Richardson came 5th in 2 minutes, 3.1. I think a little slower than she was hoping for. But
well, what kind of race was that? I can't work that out. I mean, look at it. She's breathing hard. She's worked that.
You know what I think? Nerves, Aid.
Yeah. Well, we said it before. I mean, she's got a lot of pressure. She's not smiling as well. She's smiling there, but not as much as she normally does. I think that was a real. I think her pace was confused there. I think she was quite confused with her pacing and had to pick it up right at the end and just touch Marshall out. But look at this finish. This is great technique from Lenton. Marshall neck and neck there, but Lenton really stretching over and diving for it. And Marshall looking left just before she went in the wall. That's not the thing to do just before you touch the wall. You don't need to see. You'll find out shortly. But Lenton, yeah, a bit of a mixed swim, although she'll go into the final one of the favourites still.
Sophie Simard of Canada goes in 1. Never won a medal at a major championships. Now what can she do, Mel Marshall? The ex-Commonwealth record holder in this event. She was world ranked number 1 in 2004 and 2005. Did not convert those at the Olympics and the Worlds. But this lady certainly has done. The world record holder on 100 metres freestyle. The Commonwealth record holder here on the 200 freestyle, getting a huge ovation. Has suffered very badly, as Adrian has just said, from nerves in the past. Now, Caitlin, what can you do? The Scottish record holder on the 200, the 400 and the 800 freestyle. Some super world championships to get a bronze on the 400. There's the Scottish team. She's surrounded by Aussies, though. Lenton in 3. And the world championship gold medalist in this event from 2001, Linda McKenzie, swims out of Canberra. And a fascinating lane assignment here, Joe Jackson. 4th fastest after the heats. European short course champion, 400 metres freestyle 3 years ago. And I think we could see a little bit of a surprise here from this lady.
Yeah, you think you've been building up to that a little bit, Andy, haven't you? She's in an outside lane, and I think that people could forget about her. Barrett's, though, 16 years of age from Australia, one of their big hopefuls, but also an unknown. So outside the top of the pool, you might see some fireworks.
Well, the Aussies certainly have us surrounded. It's England in 2, Australia 3, Scotland 4, Aussie 5, England 6, Aussie 7. And there's Caitlin McClatchy. What a great start this is for her. This is not her strongest event either. She's fastest qualifier for the final. To be quite honest, I'd love to see her just get a medal. Gold would be super. The final of the women's 200 metres freestyle. Very still on the start, very still indeed. And an excellent starting 3 from Liz Lenton. My goodness me. Well, if you stop the race there, she's probably won by half a second. And it's so hard to pull back half a second on the rest of the field. But look how fast she's going out. A very clear tactic, Adrian. Now, will the rest of the ladies go with her?
Well, great to see Mel Marshall going with her, just one lane above her. As expected, Lenton has gone out fast, expecting about a 56.5, 56 high for the 100 metres. So Lenton doing all she can. Mackenzie in lane 5, really off the pace right now, but comes back very, very fast. She's more of a distance swimmer, so you can't write her off. But what is really good here is Marshall, who looked quite aggressive at the beginning, didn't look meek and mild. You know, it was really good to see Marshall's attitude at the beginning, going with Lenton. If she's not, well, Marshall looks quite comfortable here, and if she's not giving everything, she's got a real strong chance of catching up. And McClatchy with her also. McClatchy and Marshall training together at Loughborough, of course.
Well, at the halfway mark, certainly Liz Lenton's looking pretty comfortable, but I tell you, I'm very, very pleased with the English and the Scottish ladies here. Mel Marshall at the top there and McClatchy in the middle, and McClatchy looks good, and McClatchy's starting to come back. The white hat of Caitlin McClatchy. This is length 3 of 4. The medals, I really hope, are going to go here. Now, Mel Marshall had food poisoning on the training camp, so this last length is going to be where that comes in, if it does, but she is placed very, very well. Lenton over first, Marshall over second, McClatchy over third.
I wonder who's got the guts for this race. Well, Lenton has been the crowd is really cheering for Lenton here, but McClatchy, the Scottish girl, if she can get the Aussies in the home pool, that'll be awesome to see.
Well, McClatchy's coming back, Marshall's coming back, Lenton's holding on, McClatchy is coming back for Scotland. The white hat of Caitlin McClatchy. Can she win the first gold medal in the swimming pool? She's done it! She has done it! 1:57.25, the most incredible swim I think I've seen for an awful long time. And Caitlin McClatchy is Commonwealth champion in the 200 metres freestyle. A huge shock.
Massive. I mean, that is a great swim. She's really destroyed some hopes here in the Aussie pool. We love to see this.
What a start for the home nations. What a huge start for the home nations. Aussie 1, 2, 3. Eat that one.
Well, you're a little bit excited here in the commentary box. I mean, Liz Lenton been going for, well, earmarked for 7 gold medals. Well, that's one she's not going to get. But McClatchy looks so strong in that second 100 metres, also the final 100 metres. The 400 training really counting. And Marshall, well, Marshall's run a great race, but couldn't quite get in the gold silver position. Well, McClatchy showing a huge class there, Andy. Huge class to get in front of this crowd and whip the gold medal away from the favourite.
Well, in all of that, I can tell you also that Mel Marshall saw a great race too. She got a bronze medal, 1:58.11. But Caitlin McClatchy, everything was superb. The pacing, the timing. Oh, I can't say enough about it. I'm so pleased for her, and not bad at all for her second event. What can she?
6-time gold medalist. She was the lady that got 6 gold medals that Lenton's trying to chase. She was expected to get 6 medals actually in 94 Commonwealth Games and failed, and then came back and got 6 later on in 98.
So failed. You only got 5, is that right? Mel Marshall, a bronze medal in the women's 200 metres freestyle. Very good swim. Very good indeed. Really went for it. Was right there with 25 metres to go. Really gutsy performance. Had a little bit of food poisoning on the training camp, and that really does sap the energy. but a bronze medal in the women's 200 metres freestyle. And the home nations really have dominated in this event. Karen Pickering.
I think she might be able to do a good 200. Occasionally she throws in a good 100, Andy, but
it's at times like this that she surprises us. Let's hope it's another one of those. The final of the women's 100 backstroke. Katie Sexton right at the top for England. Marshall in three from the top, and Australians all around her. Allowed 15 underwater. And, well, fast starts indeed. Very fast starts from the Australians. Look at those yellow hats over there. And the black cats of England are up at the top in 1 and 3. A little bit behind, but Mel Marshall, she attacks 100 back, and she's attacking this down this first 50 metres, and looks pretty good at the moment.
Absolutely, it's going to depend on the turn, one length to go. Some of the girls going very deep. The Australians go very deep and then come up with big, long fly kicks. And look at that. Eddington just came up in the lead, and now Mel Marshall's still in there and holding on. McLean, Hannah McLean of New Zealand here would shock a few of the people in the pool, that's for sure.
Well, this was the part where Eddington looked comfortable. McLean's still in there, and we were saying that Moss Burmster was tough on the 200 fly, and Hannah McLean's still there for New Zealand, coming back very fast. Rooney though, Rooney in 5, Eddington in 4. It looks like Eddington may get it. Long, languid stroke and the last 5, and she has done. It's gold to Australia, silver to Australia, and I think Mel Marshall's got the bronze, Adrian.
Absolutely, Marshall just getting the touch out there. What a great finish. McLean dying a little bit. The New Zealanders had led quite a lot of the way, or certainly been pushing Sophie Eddington, but, well, I think the class told here. Eddington, a wonderful backstroke technician, came off the wall at 50 metres. Well, she showed some class in that race. Here you go from the start. Beautifully arched back and goes very deep. She's almost vertical going into the water. Big kick to service. That's Marshall just looking a little bit in the lead there, and Eddington, well, a couple of arm strokes ahead of the rest of the girls, and going in now. Oh, it's all in the finish.
Comfortable in the end, though. Oh, my word.
Rooney bent the arm, actually, and got in for that silver medal quite well, I thought. That's quite an interesting finish.
Well, the gold medal by half a second. The silver medal, the gap between silver and bronze, just 13/100th of a second. And that's great swimming from Mel Marshall, you know. She's chosen this event over the 100 metres freestyle, and she's got a bronze medal here. I'm not sure she would have done on the 100 free.
No, absolutely, and I think a wise choice, but also it's really good to see her get 2 bronzes here at the Commonwealth Games. Big major meet.
Well, she took a gamble. She dropped the women's 100 metres freestyle to take up this event, the 100 metres backstroke, and it has paid off. Her second bronze medal of this championship, Mel Marshall. Bronze on the 200 freestyle, and now a bronze medal on the 100 backstroke. Very good swimming indeed. I love the way she attacks it. And Mel Marshall's confidence is back. Great to see. Mel Marshall, bronze medalist, 100 metres backstroke.
I don't know, the English team has got a good shot. Here they are.
There's Jo Jackson, Kate Richardson, Julia Beckett, and Mel Marshall. Mel Marshall second from the left there. Julia Beckett on the left. Jo Jackson on the right. And Kate Richardson right in the centre. Great opportunity. And the team from South Africa, Forster, Van Heerden, Trott and Rogers. And the Welsh got a good lane here, you know, as well. Outside, they're in lane 7, there's nobody in 8, so they'll have clear water. And that's Bethan Cool, Julie Gould, Yasmin Carlin and Kerry Fleur Davis. I should also tell you that the world record holder on the 100 metres freestyle, the Commonwealth record holder on this 200 metres freestyle, Liz Lenton, leads off the Australian team in 4. What a start. Would you put her there, Adrian?
That's quite interesting, actually, because she came second on the individual. I just wonder whether she's trying to post a time to challenge Caitlin McClatchy's time.
So the final of the women's 4x200 metres freestyle relay. Singapore right at the top, then Canada, New Zealand, Australia, England, South Africa and Wales right at the bottom. And look at this, Adrian, you called it, she's going for a time.
Well, I'll tell you what, she's had 2 big races today. She must be tired out, and she's going to go for a time on the 200 freestyle. I can't believe that. I mean, I think this possibly is just to get the Australians a bit of a strong lead because they know the English are going to challenge them. But, well, it's a shame we don't see Caitlin McClatchy in this. There's no Scottish relay team. No real depth.
Bit of a surprise, that, actually.
They obviously haven't got enough depth to enter a full team that will give a good competitive chance, really. But Lenton here, well, really mainly giving the Australians a good lead. I think that's the aim, which I can't believe after the events she's had tonight that she's going to try and post a 1:57. Swimming very well here. Jo Jackson in lane 5, in fact, going to be turning first at the 100 metres, just behind the Australians.
So it's Australia 1, England 2, New Zealand 3, Canada 4. And with New Zealand withdrawing a couple of swimmers from a final, the women's final of the 100 metres freestyle, to try and make sure that they get a medal here. They've really made a gamble, but closer to us there. Jackson having a very good swim here. Jo Jackson leading off for the English team against the Commonwealth record holder, and the Commonwealth record holder Liz Lenton starting to look tired. I'm not surprised, I have to say. She's had a very, very busy schedule this evening.
You know what, I'd have put her fourth and given another 6 minutes rest, Andy.
It's not a bad idea, got to say. So Jo Jackson then starting to swim away from the Commonwealth record holder. The silver medalist Liz Lenton was on the individual 200 metres freestyle. Of course, Caitlin McClatchy getting that fabulous gold medal for Scotland. And Jo Jackson, well, this is great for the relay team, and it gives us a great shot as well, because bringing it home will be Mel Marshall, who got a bronze medal on the individual 200. So it's England, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. The time, 1:59.1 from Jo Jackson. Very good swim indeed. I think that's right on her lifetime best as well.
Well, Jackson handing over now to Kate Richardson. Bit of a slowish takeover, I think, there. Could do a little bit of work on those. The Australians now, Bronte Barrett pulling back, turning on the first 50 ahead. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a heck of a race, and the crowd are just going to get noisier and noisier and noisier. And the New Zealand team battling now with England for that silver, bronze medal right now in the positions, but the gold has definitely not been won here.
Well, it certainly hasn't, and I can tell you that Jo Jackson's time of 1:59.1, a lifetime best by a whole second, never broken 2 minutes before. Super swim that from her. Fast first 100 metres there of this 200 for Helen Norfolk. She is a sprinter, and she's looking good for New Zealand, that black hat of New Zealand. So it's New Zealand 1, Bronte Barrett of Australia in the yellow hat there, and then next to her, Kate Richardson of England. And at the top, Canada's still in it as well. So it's really New Zealand and Australia almost tied for first. England just in third, closer to us, and Canada in fourth. And we've still got some great swimmers from England to come. So this is certainly not over.
Well, certainly. I mean, the New Zealanders now really, as you said, gambled everything on this final, and now they're taking it to the Australians. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people on those 2 islands down below Australia who are getting very excited right now.
Adrian, the noise in this swimming pool is absolutely extraordinary. Australia going into the lead, and this really is good. But coming back now, Kate Richardson. Good swim for Kate, she's hung on well. So it's Australia 1, England go in just about second. Good takeover as well. New Zealand third, Canada fourth. A deep start there for Julia Beckett. But she's done well.
Well, Beckett, top right of your picture there, just in shot. We're really interested to see how she plays this race. There are 4 lengths. It's so easy to get overexcited, particularly when the crowd are going as wild as these guys are. You can't get too overexcited. You've got to really pace it, because it's a long race, nearly 2 minutes to go in your individual swim. And Julia going over first, just ahead of the New Zealand team. Well, they're going to take some effort, Andy, to peg these back.
Well, Kelly Stubbs looks very good down this first 100. Very long and slow and smooth. Typical Australian freestyle stroke. And Australia looking very good. It's Alison Fitch from New Zealand chasing. Julia Beckett still in there as well from Loughborough University. What an experience this is. Decent turn as well there for Julia Beckett. So which medals are they going to be on? Let's not forget, we've still got Mel Marshall on the end. Mel's against Linda McKenzie, who didn't have the best individual 200 metres freestyle. She's got an awful lot to catch up to try and get gold, but Mel Marshall is the toughest freestyler. So it is not over yet, and anything can happen. The last 50 metres on a 200 metres freestyle, they do get pretty tired. Australian crowd going crazy, Adrian.
Absolutely anything can happen. The Australians, well, Mel Marshall's going to have, Australians are leading. Marshall's going to have to catch up about 4 seconds here on this, and I'm not sure if that's possible. What's quite important is Julia Beckett holds on to that third place, and in fact holds on to a second place. If she can get the New Zealand team, that'll put Marshall into a good position. The English team just at the bottom left of your picture. The Australians now, I think, have got an unassailable lead, Andy. I'm pretty sure they're not going to throw this away.
So it's Australia 1, New Zealand just go in second, England third, Canada fourth. A good start from the New Zealand swimmer there, Melissa Ingram. Now, what's Mel Marshall got left in the tank? Australia comfortably in the lead. Oh, by about 8 or 9 seconds now. Linda McKenzie, no one's going to catch her. Really about silver, bronze and fourth. And it's England going into the silver medal position. Closer to us, that is Mel Marshall. Now, we really do need to pace this right, because the excitement on a relay, it's something special, completely different to swimming individuals, these are.
Absolutely, and some of the best occasions myself, me and you have had, Andy, in some of the medley relays we've swum. It's great to swim on a team, but I'm just trying to see where Mel Marshall is there. Can't quite see her in the shot there. She's pulled up to second place. Well, there are 3 medals, and there are 4 teams. And I think Mel Marshall's got 2 bronzes already. It'd be great for her to get a silver here, and she's swum a great first 100 metres. We really need her to have some energy left, Andy.
We certainly do, and the British record is just about on. 7 minutes 58.6. She's going to come back very fast indeed. It may be just outside, but Australia currently leading by about 5 or 6 metres still from the English team of Mel Marshall closer to us. New Zealand still in third, Canada in fourth. And this is definitely not over. Let's not forget Mel Marshall. She's already done 100 backstrokes. She's going to be a little tired.
Exactly. This turn is going to be crucial. Comes off the wall well. Good job, Mel.
Well, she has come off it well, but a very, very good turn indeed from the New Zealand swimmer, Melissa Ingram. And let's not forget, they pulled out of the final of the 100 metres freestyle to try and get a medal here. Australia are going to win the gold. The crowd going absolutely crazy. But look at this race for silver, bronze and fourth. England look like they got the silver. They're doing very well. They've got about 10 metres to go. A fantastic anchor leg here. Gold to Australia. The crowd go crazy. A silver to England and a very, very close bronze medal position. It looks like New Zealand it is. 8 minutes 2.20. 4/100ths of a second ahead of the Canadians. What a finish. 4/100ths splitting third and fourth over 8 minutes and 2 seconds. And the English time, 8:01, just outside that British record. Well, that's a tough swim from the English ladies. The English team of Jo Jackson with a huge lifetime best for her leading off, 1:59.1. Kate Richardson second, Julia Beckett third and Mel Marshall fourth. And Singapore a silver medal to the women's English team in that 4x200 metres freestyle. Really great swim from the men. Super lead-off leg, Jo Jackson, Kate Richardson, Julia Beckett and Mel Marshall. And Mel's second medal of this evening. A lifetime best by a full second by Jo Jackson. Kate Richardson was second. There's Mel getting her medal. And Julia Beckett on that left-hand end. There we go. Silver medal at the Commonwealth Games. That feels fantastic, let me tell you. Silver medal on the women's 4x200 metres freestyle relay. goes to Team England. Well, they've been invincible in the pool so far. The Australian women, Liz Lenton, Bronte Barrett, Kelly Stubbins and Linda McKenzie. A truly awesome women's 4x200 metres freestyle relay. Commonwealth champions. The world record holders all through this Australian team.
Together, we've got 3 goals tonight, 3 silvers tonight and 2 bronzes. That's England and Scotland combined.